Okay, so I wanted to do a video on this. Probably gonna be quick, but um I was watching a video from Divested Zealot on how she was talking about how there was a second individual who basically killed a woman because she was having his kid, and he threw her child, I guess it wasn't his child, but her child, over a bridge. The thing is with these situations is, okay, people talk about these extreme stories and things of that nature, and they don't realize what it actually causes. For the people who are alive, it's not just that people die from these situations. It's a cause and effect situation, basically. So it's not just, a man kills a pregnant woman, a man kills a woman who has recently given birth to his child and thrown his child and throws his child into the river. It's not like that. It's really more so like people will hear stories like that and they will not want to be that woman. They won't want their children to be like that, and they won't specifically want the one they got pregnant with to possibly get violent or get unpredictable, basically, and possibly cause them the same fate, basically. To me, I kind of feel like people don't pay attention to what it causes. Some people are so concerned about stories like that they won't even tell the person they're pregnant by that they're pregnant. They may never even disclose it because they're scared of how that person is going to react, because they've heard too many situations where it didn't turn out so well. So people try to struggle raising their kids alone rather than taking a chance and possibly angering someone who may turn violent, someone who they may even know is a violent person, and therefore do not want to put up with the reaction they might have to them actually being pregnant with their child and them sharing the responsibility. And how that can negatively impact the child growing up, because financially they may not be secure. Emotionally, that child may not have a father in their life because of that type of fear. And it continues the dysfunction in the family life. On top of the fact that in many cases, they will honestly have a situation where, people always blame single mothers for keeping their children away from their fathers, as if they are just like some kind of villainified individual who just is looking to cause pain for their children and their baby daddies, I guess you could say. But in reality, maybe they're just protecting their children from those type of men because they fear that they may become like these women. and end up dead, or their children ending up dead or hurt because of, you know, a violent, dysfunctional father who doesn't want to take up responsibility, you know. So I just thought, you know, I know people share these stories and it's important to share these stories. I don't have anything against it. Some people do. Personally, to me, if you are upset that someone is sharing this story, maybe you should just be upset at the murderer. I mean, it wouldn't be a story if the murderer didn't choose to murder. But, you know, my thing is, for the people who are alive, this is basically a lesson to black women and women in general who are with violent men. When you basically, you know, share that you're pregnant by a man like that, you run the risk of not living anymore, basically. And, you know, he can go to jail for the rest of his life, but she's never gonna live the rest of her life. I mean, the rest of her life ended a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. So, you know, it's kind of like, at the end of the day, a lesson taught to the women alive that are in that type of situation, you know. I don't know, it's just something I wanted to talk about because it's like it affects more than just the people who died. I think it affects actually other family dynamics, you know, that people have to grow up in, and, you know, people have to struggle raising children in, you know. It's not just specifically that horror story. It kind of ripples out to other situations as well. So that's all I have to say in this video. Thanks for watching, everybody, and bye.